give honor to the Most High. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm sorry about that water. My daughter had to edit this when I put it out. My dog drinking his water. So give honor to the Most High for blessing us to be here this morning to do better, be better, and have better. Do better, be better, and have better. And this is series number 4 above average. We talking about these young men that started, but I'm gonna take you on a journey, take you on a little journey. I'm gonna get off here. I got 30 minutes, so I got to get to it quick. What's going on in the world? What's going on in the economy? What's going on in your life? What's going on in the economy? What's going on in the stock market affects your life. We talk about putting a moat of protection around you, a moat of protection around you and your family, and it begins with knowing what you want. It begins with what do you really want in life? You know what I'm saying? I tell people I want that financial peace. I want peace. You know what I'm saying? And how can I get that peace? For me, it's different from you. But what do you want? You want a house, you want a car, you want multiple cars, you want an apartment, but what do you want? You want money in the bank, 30, 40, 50, 100, whatever. What do you want? Then re-engineer it back from that. Go to the future, look at it, figure out how you do it, come back, get a vision of it, get your vision, then once you get the vision, get the path, plan, a smart plan, and then the strategy. But the Most High has got to be part of that strategy. The Most High got to be a part of that vision. He got to be part of the path. He got to be part, because you have not because you ask not. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go seek and you shall find. So them things we're going to start it off with, but let's get into this. You know me, again, I'm not all this computer stuff. God haven't sent me the person yet. My daughter's doing her best. But what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do this, then edit it and put the things in. My daughter know how to do that. So, we getting there. And stuff keep popping up on the screen, but let me,
This afternoon, the second shift of workers got the news.
I have a daughter in school. I have a house. Come on. Y'all can't do people like that. Y'all a big company. At least give us a heads up.
PepsiCo is closing the 60-year-old plant at 51st and Low. Today, workers were notified when they arrived to work they would be off the job as of today, but get pay and benefits for 60 days.
Everybody doesn't know how they're going to take care of their kids. They don't know how they're going to put the kids through school and stuff like that. So it's a shock to everybody. Right now, I'm still in shock.
I love this job. I was here early every single day. At 1 o'clock, first vehicle you seen roll through here was my truck. I rolled through here at 1 o'clock, and this was 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, and I don't start till 2 o'clock.
John Coley represents workers here and in other Pepsi facilities in our area with Teamsters Local 727.
I've never seen something like this. A big company acting this way is deplorable.
PepsiCo Beverages North America issued a statement saying, in part, the decision to no longer operate at 51st Street is a difficult one. This is a more than 60-year-old building that has physical limitations. Juan Gonzalez was on first shift and had worked here for most of his life.
45 years in 2 minutes. They finished 45 years of my life.
so the guy said he laid off, man. The company PepsiCo in Chicago, there was some forklift drivers. They got laid off in that company, 60-year-old company, laid off employees. Guy been working there 45 years. Other guy, he said, I'm on time every day. You know what I'm saying? I'll be an hour early, putting in that work. Also, you heard the man say he been there and working, and how he gonna put his daughter through college. How he's gonna do this. And I feel sorry for them. I've been through that. I got laid off. I've been laid off. I've been there. My story, I told you, I lost everything, been divorced, been in a position. Been in that position. Also, I had stage 4 cancer, medical reason, been in that position. Started a new job, had no benefits on my end. Been in my wife had insurance, been in that position. How on stage 4, how I'm gonna take care of my kids? I got 4-year-old twins, 4-year-old. My son is 8. I've been there. Nobody came and said, hey, we know you got kids. Hey, we know you got a wife. We know you bought a home. You know you had a car. No, we got this. You got this going on. You got another son that's in college. No one came and said that to me. No one said, hey, you know what they told me? I had to figure it out. And unfortunately, we got to figure it out. That guy said he got to put his daughter through college. Let me show you something. He prepared for his daughter to go to college. What if he did a 529 plan? What if he had started a Roth account when she was young? You know, I'm not saying these things that you know. I'm just saying these things, tools that were available that I talk about. What if he'd had a 529 already set up for his daughter? He been at 45. The guy 45 years. The other guy 20 years. They'd have been paid up. So now he don't have to worry about college. Now he ain't got to go look at his daughter in the eye and say, "Babe, I'm sorry. We got to do something different." Which ain't a problem because all you got to do is say, I pride and home myself. Say you still can go to college. You can go to community college. Prepare, putting a moat of protection around you. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's too late to say these things, Keith. It's too late to say these things. But it ain't too late. See, like you say, I tell you, when the best time to start something? 10 years ago. When the next time? Today. Because we don't know what tomorrow going to bring. Today, I had to learn it. So I get on here and start talking. Why do you get on here and try to inform people and tell people stuff, Keith? Not to brag, not to humble myself and say, do my part that the Most High gave me, showed me, let me survive through stage 4 cancer, lose my sight, have to leave my job, all these things that happened to me. Having short-term, long-term disability, having extra insurance on me from learning. Because these things can happen. And nobody, people are unemployed right now, we worried about what the president's going to do. Right now, unemployment, everything is going up. We don't even know what's going on. Unemployment lasting 3 months. No more money. But when I say I get on here and say, hey man, save you get out of debt. Get you $2,000 emergency fund right now. Start doing it now. Start getting yourself out of debt. Get 3 months and 6 months of reserve. If that man, they had 6 months of reserve income, a year income saved, I promise you wouldn't be no better different. The one guy that his daughter, he a truck driver. But see, it don't have to be the company. What if you get sick? What if you can't drive that truck anymore? What would that do to your family? Would that devastate your family? See, this is what we're having a conversation about, the moat of protection around you. This is why people come on here when y'all just sitting here walking around and there's a lot of thinking somebody, the president's going to save you. The government's going to save you. How do you save yourself? How you prevent these things from happening? And I just said insurance, having yourself set up the right way. Don't get me wrong, you don't know, but there's enough information out here right now to know it. There's plenty of information out here to know it. That's why I get on here to say those things. Those things that can happen. And I'm not trying to be negative, but we got ways to get out of it. But like I said, that guy, his daughter in college, he still can go to college. You just have to have a conversation. I had to have that conversation with my kids. It's a tough conversation. I had to have that conversation with my wife that, hey, this is what we got to do. I had to have that conversation with I had insurance on me. I had to make sure I got insurance on me now. I had it back then, life insurance. You have to make sure you have that stuff. That's a moat of protection. See, it make things a lot harder. Now you don't make no emotional decisions when you're in a situation like that. I've been there. I had to make emotional decisions. I had to make decisions I wasn't ready to make. Some decisions that cost me. I got laid off from a good job, making good money, house, no car, no, all that. They go down to nothing, making $8.25 an hour part-time. After the employment that ran out. I was in the 2008 when they had layoffs and I was in that area. I went through that. Then I went through stage 4 cancer. I went through that. Losing my sight. I've been through that. Who qualified me to get on here and tell you something? All that qualifies me to say, hey, it's another way.
Happy November, where bad economic news is good news for the stock market. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Just yesterday, we got the latest job market report, which said that the United States economy added just 12,000 jobs in October last month, while economists were hoping for 100,000 jobs to be added. A big difference. And then after that, we got the latest manufacturing report, which said that manufacturing activity in the United States has now fallen to a 15-month low. The stock market heard these two pieces of bad economic data, and they got very excited. we saw stock markets rally because traders are hoping that this bad economic news is going to mean that the Fed is going to cut interest rates and that the Fed is going to continue stimulating the economy and stimulating the stock market. If you don't believe me, here's what Yahoo Finance had to say about this. Quote, as of Friday morning, yesterday, markets were pricing in a roughly 99% chance that the Fed cuts interest rates by 25 basis points next week, up from a 95% chance just a week ago. So Wall Street is pretty much convinced that the Fed is going to cut interest rates next week because we got this bad economic data, and that's why Wall Street is excited, because they're hoping that bad economic news is going to continue stimulating the stock market. And so what I want to talk about today is, number one, what's going on in the job market, number two, what's going on with manufacturing, and number three, what's going on with the Federal Reserve Bank and how you can find the opportunity, because that's what savvy investors do. Starting with the job market. Yesterday's job market report that we got is the last major economic report that we're going to get before the election and before the next Federal Reserve Bank meeting. The Fed is going to announce on November 7th what they want to do with interest rates. And of course, we all know that Wall Street is now convinced that the Fed is going to cut interest rates again. But the job market report said that the United States economy added just 12,000 jobs last month, which is a whole lot less than the 100,000 expected jobs. And the reason why is because many people are saying it has to do with strikes and hurricanes. Here's what Indeed had to say about this. An economist at Indeed, quote, at first glance, October's job report paints a picture of growing fragility in the United States labor market. But under the surface is a muddy report rolled by climate change and labor disruptions, meaning hurricanes and strikes. While the impacts of these events are real and should not be ignored, they're likely temporary and not a signal of a collapsing job market. So although the job market data is so bad, blame it on the hurricanes, blame it on the strikes. We'll see what actually happens with that, but we all know that many Americans, even if they have a job, many people are underemployed. We have a lot of people with college degrees that are not working college-level jobs, and we have a lot of people who feel like they're not earning enough money to keep up with the growing cost of living due to inflation. However, the bright side of this job market report is that the report said that salaries and wages have been rising a little bit faster than expected. So if you haven't gotten a raise recently, maybe it's time to ask your boss for a raise.
The stock market is booming. The stock market is growing. The stock market is just, I'm looking at the ups and downs, investing. Investing, period. Investing in yourself, investing in a business, investing in real estate, investing in the stock market. Making your money work for you. Making yourself, getting your skills up, getting your skills ready. These are things prevent things from happening to you like that. These are things that you need to do now. I know it's keep a decade of sacrifice. This is what we talk about here on this channel. A decade of sacrifice. This show about to you. Let me say, this show is brought to you by Blind Truth. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put the video with. I put the links also in the description. The links what we're talking about, the news report. Also for my guy, Minority Mind, he talking. The link is there. Check him out. He got a wealth of information. But the links are also in there. But this is brought to you by Blind Truth on YouTube. Man, go hit the link. Go subscribe. Check me out. I'm telling you, I'm leaving Facebook, going to YouTube. But this is what we're talking about. Awareness. I told my son, all you need is opportunity and understand awareness. Whatever you got to do in life, go figure out and do it. That's what we're doing. Above average. We talking about above. You see the above average. This is series number 4. Above average. We trying to be above average. We got to be ahead of the situation. We don't want to be behind. We're always behind. Look what happened to them people. Again, that man said he's trying to get a daughter in college. What if you had the 529 plan? Go look it up. What if you had set a Roth account as soon as she was born and started setting, just taking a little bit of money at a time, putting the money back for her college, for her to have something? The lack of information. My people perish for the lack of information. My wife spelled perish wrong. I say it wrong. Tell me Louisiana. Perish for the lack of information. My brother let me know that, so I appreciate you doing it. But that's what you perish from. We just need the information, the knowledge. My people perish for the knowledge. And some of you know and scared. Some of you procrastinate, and it's happening. You depending on somebody to do something to save you, then you be in a situation like that. I've been there. It's time that you don't have to go through that. That's why we talk about. That's why we talk about on Word on Streets, Word on Streets also. But I come on Word Premiere, Word on Streets, man, my Taton. On Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we talk about personal development, personal growth. And on Wednesdays, we talk about finances. We got 4 pillars, man. I just on here, I talk about 4 pillars: spiritual health, mental health, spiritual health, physical health, mental health, and financial health. I didn't make that up, but that 4 pillars, I love it. 4 pillars. Spiritual, the Most High, always, man, getting that relationship with Him, spending some time with Him. Physical, get your body together, because you can't enjoy nothing like, man, you go in that hospital, you ain't got your physical together, and now you done, you're going to be out. I'm saying you're on your job, you see they laying out, what if you get hurt on a job? Are you set mentally? Are you prepared? That man, is he prepared for that? He lost his job at 20, the other got 45 years, you got a family, you look mentally, that's going to be some mental stress, and if your body not ready for it, your mind ain't ready, what you think going to happen? And then financially help. If he had 6 months to a year, 3 to 6 to a year month savings, he'd have been debt free, living under his means. I'm telling you, he would have a different walk. He would like, hey man, I remember when I worked at T-Mobile and T-Mobile laid me off, and people was crying. They was crying and they were talking about it. And the guy, I remember the lady asked me, I wasn't even there that long, and the lady asked me, asking anybody to speak. I said, well, I really don't want to speak. You know what I'm saying? This is a true story. She's like, well, now keep everybody speaking. What do you think about the layoff? Now, the company said they were going to put us in, they were going to send us to school for free. I think we had T-Mobile. They paid for our phone bill for so long, I forgot. The T-Mobile insurance, man, I'm serious, man. I swear, I think I was paying for my whole family $10. It was a union. And then the union is in Germany, I think. I don't want to lie. But anyway, so they asked me, what did I think? I said, man, God is good. They said, what? Then they gave you a service package. He said, what do you mean? I said, man, God is good. She said, why you say that? I said, y'all were going to fire me anyway, man, because this stuff, T-Mobile was crazy, man, getting all the calls. I love T-Mobile. They took care of me. But I was happy. Then they gave us money to go to school. What I did, I went and improved my skills. But I had money set aside. I was getting out of debt. I was getting ready for this position. When the thing happened, the Most High blessed, when it started happening, God take care of them who take care of them. It's some stuff you got to do before. You want God to take care of, but what do you get in a position to do? He prepares a place for you to sit at the table. So when they said that people was crying, but I was like, man, God is good. I get to go to school. Then they gave, I think, a severance for 6 months. I forgot how long. But gave me a severance, and then gave me some cash. On top of what I had, on that job with Chicago, they said they're going to pay them people out till December. Imagine if you got 6 months and they still going to pay you out to December, what you tripping on? If you got 6 months reserved and they're going to pay you, they give you 8 months to get yourself together. That guy that said he come to work early at 1 o'clock, he was permanent working on the job, so he got a good resume, gonna get him to a job. His dedication, his discipline, but you gotta do something different. But anyway, I was talking about the series. I know I got 30 minutes. I gotta talk about the series about the 2 guys. Go check my other series out. There's 2 guys, and the 2 guys was on ELYU, and they were breaking it down. I started when they started, but a question was asked to them about when somebody set themselves up, invested right, and what you do next. So let me get to that. Then I'm gonna get y'all here, because I know I got them 30 minutes, 10 span. I gotta go. I'm on 15 right now. Give me a second. So you know I like to talk. Let me see if I got it.
You, man, because it's an interesting time, and I've had this conversation a few occasions. I know more millionaires than I've ever known before, right? As you start to get in some rooms, your network, obviously your net worth grows. At this level, as you're creating more millionaires, right? That's the goal, that's the mission statement. What are you advising them in terms of their finances at this point? Because they've taken the advice, they made it.
Right.
We're seeing more people with wealth.
Right.
Everybody's not going to buy real estate. So how are you looking at the clients now as they accumulate more wealth than they've ever had before?
Yeah, I mean, one of the age-old cliches is that, like, lifestyle creep, right? Like, people start making more money and they just feel like, I gotta get the next car. I gotta get the bigger house. And just really trying to embed in my clients, like, what you're really after is you wanna buy freedom, right? Like, you don't want more stuff, right? So I help them understand the qualitative side of financial planning, right? Like, where do you wanna go? What do you wanna do? Who do you wanna help? What does life look like? And make sure that the way that they're preserving their money and the way they're allocating it is in alignment to be able to give them more opportunities to do more of that, right? When I first got started in the financial services industry, I heard this. I went to this event, and this lady was like, in 2011, 1 billion drill bits were sold, right? And she said nobody wants a drill bit. She said, let's assume that they use the drill bit to hang up pictures and artwork all across the country. She said nobody really wanted the artwork. What they wanted is the feeling they got when they walked in the room where the artwork was hung. So I really try to help my clients understand, like, what do you want out of life, and how can we use your financial resources to do more of that, right? And the other thing I try to do is try to create investing and lifestyle alignment, right? Because, I think early pandemic, everybody was doing Turo and Airbnb, like they were trying to do everything. But, like, you got to really ask yourself, like, is that in alignment with what I want to do? So I really help them figure out, like, what matters to them. And then that influences the investing decision, right? They don't want to do real estate. They don't have to do real estate, right? Maybe they are more,
because real estate is not passive.
at least not in the beginning.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So maybe they're more heavily invested in the market, right? Maybe they're interested in acquiring a business that they own but do not run. But we let the business and lifestyle alignment kind of drive and dictate what we do, not just like what's going to provide the greatest return.
So,
from a financial planning standpoint,
what is your alignment? Your alignment. You hear that? Lifestyle creep. What are you aligned? What do you want to do? Do you really know where you're going? And if that get disrupted, are you prepared for the next level? Do you know? And if you knew where you want to go, hey, I got the vision, I got the path, I set a plan, and I strategize. Then I put a motor protection around what I just did. When I found out where I want to go, what I want to do, I said, okay, now I got to do this. I want to do this, the vision, the plan. Then I had to get me together. Then I had to get my wife on the same page. Even when she didn't understand the vision, I had to make it plain. I had to get her on board. Before I can move past that, I got me right to let her see what I was aligned with, what I was doing. My alignment, and I got aligned with me and the Most High. Alignment first with me and the Most High. After me and the Most High sit on that porch 3:45 in the morning when everybody was asleep, before they woke up, no excuses, being uncomfortable, can't say I'm tired, going to get in alignment, getting the understanding, and then I said, hey, God, when I got the most alignment with the Most High, then I said, hey, that's the spiritual. Then I said, what I did, I started working out. I'm working out. I always was a workout, but working out, getting my body, had stage 4 cancer. That's the only thing that saved me, because 9% of people live to serve that whooping surgery. Go look it up. 9% of people live. That surgery at the time, 2014. I was 200 some pounds, 200 at the time, 10, 15, went down to 140 pounds. I ain't want nobody to see me. I was sick. But anyway, work out. Then mental. Hey, got me some counselor. I had a counselor call me, sit on there, talk to me every day, get my spiritual with the Most High, and mental. I got Most High, see me the right person to collide with and tell them what's going on in my head. Getting that past, shaking up that, getting that spirit off of me. Running things by somebody, bit accountability. When there's 2 or more, the Most High is there, talking with them. And then I started learning this financial. And see, the hardest part was the spiritual. The financial was the easy part. All 3 of those, the financial part is the easy, because all that is a tool. And when you get your emotion and get aligned and get your direction, you can use it. But see, a lot of you don't understand, because emotion, what do you don't know what you want, and your relationship with money is messed up. You don't understand the relationship, and that lack of knowledge is what it is. And that job market, just having a job. I told you, when I lost everything, I didn't know what to do but get a job. And the second position was to get a second job. And that still didn't help me. It didn't. It helped me get to the next level, but it ends. Now I had to do more. I love real estate. Hey, tax purpose and everything. Equity, cash flow. Hey, I love a business. I love it. You can make a business out of real estate. I love a business. I'm teaching my kids together, working together, trying to learn how to set up a business, because I want to be equipped and investing. Man, time. If you catch them early, all the time in the world, people talk all that noise they want to. And early rise, early. The early bird catches the worm. You start early, man, you can do some things. And I preach that to my children. Those ways, the spiritual, physical, mental, and financial, to my children. But hey, principles. Then I go into that spirit to get them principles in there, man. But you got to know where you're going. You heard what happened. Started off from they got laid off, 60-year company. The guy been there 45 years. Other 20 didn't walked in and hey, we done. You imagine that's sad. But then he said, why did the business close? He just said how the building and stuff like that. Could it be that the product's not selling too? We gotta look at all those things. Go look at that company, Pepsi. Go look at that company, see if it's on the stock market. Look at that company and see what they're doing. Learn about this stock market, man. Everything. When I start learning, man, I understand. I love real estate, so I'm gonna be on. I'm looking at the stock market, how it flow, how the interest rate going, all that stuff. When the interest rate, how it's working, how the Fed is doing with the interest rate, all that matters. The GDP, where we at, all that matters. And what I said about the president, you know what I can, like Trump said, he gonna put out them what you know what they call, man, I can't, my mind is early in the morning. But anyway, no tariffs on countries, that matters. What product we gonna get? How we gonna get it? All that stuff matters. That's what I'm looking at. How can I figure it out to make this money? How can I figure my plan? And then I gotta have a backup to that plan. But if I got the moat protection around me, I got protection around my home, insurance, casualty insurance. I got protection around my family, life insurance, casualty insurance with my life. Got insurance around my car. I got insurance around my kids. A moat protection around you. Your job, putting your money, now putting me 6 months in reserves. 2,000 emergency fund. No debt, pay off my debt. Live under my means. This is some tough times coming up. They sit up in line, if you're not looking at, you're looking at the wrong thing, you blind, you're looking at the wrong thing. What's going on in this economy? Looking at that. You can't live with that. Look at the United States debt. So we get on here and we talk about these things to help, to guide someone. I told you I started this with my children. My family and friends, they look at me. They might not like, but they look at me, so they're a byproduct of, because what I'm telling you, I go through this with my family. I start within my family, then I come out. That's what a lot of us want to start out and then go and take for you and take care of you. I start within. Everything starts within. My first church, my first rock is here. I'm a leader. I'm the first leader. I'm the first pastor right here. So me, the guy, my children, be a father and a leader to my boys. I got 3 boys, 2 girls, a grandbaby. I adopted another girl. I raised another. So I got nephews. Here, leadership starts here. Guidance starts here. I'm not putting this on nobody else. That's where it's at. The buck stops here. I'm not pointing them in no other direction. Because the left to the right, they don't know. If 50% of America living paycheck to paycheck, how can I? I got to find the right one. So if I know the language, so when you start talking to me and stuff about what you saying, what you have, I already know what you're saying. I start looking at you, what you have, and know it ain't in order. That's not correct. I'm looking. You ain't got to say you gonna dread all that when you open your mouth and how you living. Because if you talk about them numbers and you say I just got a job and I bought this and bought that and bought this and you ain't putting up that, I already know where you at. I already know. So now I got to teach that to my boys. I got to teach it to my daughter so they can align when they go looking for their spouse and they go looking for their loved one. And when they go looking, listen to them. My daughter, listen to that leader. She got leadership. Because he got a leader. You can't lead, baby. So I tell her, no, you're not here to lead. Your husband here. The man you pick is here to lead. So you need to be looking for a leader. You already know how a leader look. Find out. You watch your dad, baby. And your dad is not perfect. So leadership, start. Now you ain't got no father in the home. That's what I say, get a mentor. Y'all mothers that's out there that's talking about this, stop talking about it. They didn't know. You didn't know. Stop. Let's stop. They want to keep us apart. They want to keep us at. They want to keep us broke. I'm telling you, it's a normal thing. So, that's it. Don't put yourself in that position. I tell you, don't get the student loans, man, doing that to your kid. A parent plus loan. Go to a community college, it's cheaper. Nothing's wrong with that, man. If your child is in school, start them a Roth account. Still go to $25 a month. And you're gonna start them account till they turn 18, man, and look what they have. They don't take that much. Open a broker's account. Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab. Go open a broker's account. Make the phone call. YouTube it. Start today, man. It's simple. Now, if you was a millionaire, you heard what the man said. A millionaire, same thing apply. You don't have to be a millionaire. You what you have. You can do the same thing where you at. Start where you at right now with the amount you have. What I do first, Keith, what do you want? That's the question you ask. Look in the mirror and say, what do I want? How do I want to live? What do I want to live? What do I want for my kids? Whatever. What do I want? That's the first question. Be specific. Get the vision. Then go ahead and drink. See, imagine like a kid. I'll see this in the Bible. Get your imagination on and then just think about how it would be and just go into the future and take the notes. See, the spiritual world is the real world. I'm telling you, it's a reality. You can create the life you want. If you build it, they will come. I love that movie, Field of Dreams. I built it. If you build it, they will come. And in that building phase, if it don't come, you're going to learn so much, man. The failure and all that stuff that you said, failure, ain't no failure. That's learning. The woe. I tell everybody, I didn't know what to do. When I was going through it, my mama told me, she was right. I knew what not to do anymore. I didn't know what to do at the first time. I knew what not to do. But the first thing I knew what to do, I need to talk to the Most High and figure out a way to get me. Stop blaming everybody, stop being a victim, stop getting emotional. Because when emotions start going up, intelligence going down. Let's go, man. You get this, but let's get it done, man. You can do it. That's what I'm saying. I'm being cheerleader. My partner called me when we got some rentals. He called me, told me gave me some game, and told me, and I'm like, he cheered me on, man. You can do it. And I didn't believe I can do it, and he was. And he helped even added on to that. I humbled myself, took the pride out there, and told myself, I really don't know, but you can find out. I really need to find something different. I got to do something different. This is your warning. It's time to change. I'm telling you can, but are you willing? Are you willing to go put the work? Go get your skills up, man. Go get your skills up. Take that class, but go look at what you need to do. Start investing just so small. You need to start now. Start putting you some up. Get insurance, man. Get insurance on you and your kids. Life happens. Stop spending all your money, man, on you making everybody else rich. I know I'm gonna buy a car. I like nice cars, man. But when you start buying, you didn't know the right way to buy a car. I tell my son all the time, man, I love daddy, man, yeah, you can have a car, but what's the right way? And then you see these people. I'm telling you, man, I don't want to see. I don't want to promote that about no car to nobody, man. I tell that, man. My dad was talking about he bought a car. I said, man, Dad, I can go get the car, but what I can do with that money? How I can grow that money? That's the question. Then like now, you buying a car right now, high interest rate. Are you buying it at the right interest rate? You buying a car with interest rate like that, but are you making money? Are you making any money off that? You got a high car interest rate, you got a credit card interest rate, you got a mortgage interest rate. Now show me what somebody you making money that you making money off of something. Show me how you making money in sleep. Not just your job. That ain't, like I said, that money spent different. Besides your job, what are you doing? Because it take more these days. How everybody getting rich off you? What are you getting? We can't do it like the old back in the day. Hey, when the 8-track got there, what the CD came, the CD left, then what the little zip drive, and that left, look where we at. Now I was on the phone, I was streaming. Hey, it's time to change. Them people that was on that job wouldn't prepare for change. They wouldn't prepare for change. So let's change. Let's get it together. Hey, again, we coming, man. We coming. Hey, had a mishap. That's my dog. Can't call that. I'm talking about it another day. But I also, we got some stuff in the works. Again, come check us out Mondays and Wednesdays, Word on the Street, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Trying to get my blind truth off. I need more followers. Hit the like button, share this. But man, go back and listen to it. Play this for your kids, man. Play this for your friends. Let them know, man. But what words, man, it's time to prepare now. I've been in this situation. Time is different. Then you start looking at like, wait, they let all these people on the border, where all the jobs at? See, when you get laid out, man, and you start looking, you can't get no job quick as you could before. Who you mad at? And you start saying, hey, no, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Ooh, it ain't my fault. Hey, that massive people. I'm Louisiana boy. But I'm saying, we got to take ownership. I'm just trying to give you a way, show you a way. When all the chips down, I'm trying to show you a way. A moat of protection around you and your family. Especially you men out there. Just working ain't enough. Investing in money. What about getting your boys, your sons, your daughters, getting them right for them? I was telling my wife that why would I want my kids to start off the same way I started off? And I know the end of it. Especially I didn't put nothing in them. Why would I tell my son to go to college, get that student loans and all that stuff, and I know what that costs. I know what that interest rate, I know how hard to get that off. Especially if he don't know what no interest rate is, why would I tell him to go buy a car? It's credit, he don't know interest rate, he don't even know what he's buying, how to buy a car. Why would I start him off in that position right out of high school, right out of high school, already in the hole? It's hard to overcome that, especially when you ain't giving him tools how to overcome that, but how to go get a job. And it ain't working for you. It didn't work for me. And now if you go ask some of your parents that did that, ask them and look in their situation, did it work for them? Did it truly work for them? So, that's it, man. No hard feelings. Series number 4, we're going to 5. Hey, I made it, man. I went too far. All right, y'all have a good one, man. Thank you. I had to go over that. I'm sorry.